Hi everyone, hope you're all doing well, and today I'm going to do a mini update into Ttcf. I've got some little news and also got a little bit of a response from Ttcf about a video that I posted a couple of days ago talking about the website maintenance. So we'll get on that today. Not huge amounts of news, but some little bits that I want to keep you up to date on. So I hope you enjoy that, and as always, smash the like button. And if you're not following the Instagram, make sure you join the Instagram. The link's in the description, and give a follow. We're quite close to 1,000 subs on the or followers, not subscribers, on Instagram. So we'll get started on Ttcf today. So just on the stock market, the stock in general, the stock's actually had a very good couple of days. So this week's actually been pretty strong. The stock is up a little bit. Seems to be putting in some really positive days, and then it starts pulling back. There's been a little bit of stuff brewing in the background about I think it was call options being bought, and just in general the news of expansion to new stores. So if you didn't know, last week we covered actually that on the Kroger website is that we were starting to see Ttcf products linked or posted on the Kroger website. Now you can't actually go buy these, but the suggestion of that they've actually been put on there is there's something kind of going on in the background. Since then there has been a little bit of an update that Ttcf kind of confirmed they were looking at a partnership with Kroger, but they kind of didn't reveal the details, which kind of made sense because I'm sure they're kind of waiting for something to finalise, and then they'll probably be doing a big press release on it, and probably or either leave it to earnings and then talk about it. So we might do a little bit. There's been a few conferences that they have done, so I might make a separate video going through some of the stuff they put in there, which has been really good. But just going back on the news that we did the other day about the Kroger stuff, yeah, I think this is kind of, because there isn't an official press release yet to this, I believe that the share price isn't reflecting it. I think the kind of rumour, obviously we kind of covered this, and I don't think it got covered on YouTube. I think we were the ones to kind of break it onto YouTube at the time. Is that since then, this has gone up, up about 5% since then. So I think this news is kind of getting priced in on the rumour, but I still think that when this Kroger deal was going to get announced, is the stock will probably go up quite a bit, especially when you look at the short pressure. I think that the news or the announcement of a potential Kroger partnership would be very good for the company, and it's probably 10+% news, and especially when you've got such a heavily shorted stock, which Ttcf is. I think it will have a bit of an explosion when this news comes out. So I think that there's kind of people that are kind of buying on the rumour, but I think it's got even further to go. Now, actually, when I actually started talking about Ttcf and the Kroger, I talked on the video saying there's potential that I might go buy some shares. I was thinking about it, and I looked at the company. I was like, okay, at this sort of price range, this stock is still not too badly priced. I was looking at it going, this Kroger deal isn't reflected in the share price, and this is 10+% move. So when I actually finished recording that video that I recorded for you just towards the back end of last week, you guys on Patreon will know, is I actually went and bought some more shares in Ttcf. So I wanted to make a video today saying that after the Kroger announcement last week, I did go buy some more shares, and you guys on Patreon would have known that last week, and they're doing very well. I think my average is still around $17. If you do want to get instant updates when I am buying and selling companies, you need to be on Patreon, where I do post when I buy and sell. And those shares that I bought last week after the Kroger news, and the stock price pretty much was down on the day after the rumour of the Kroger partnership, I was like, okay, this is amazing. So I bought some, but this week the stock has kind of trended up, and it's the realisation of the Kroger deal, I believe. So yeah, just thought I'd let you know on that point of view from the Kroger video that we did last week, is that I have gone and bought some more Ttcf. It was about a 10% increase on my position, I believe it was. Obviously it looks like a pretty good move so far, but honestly, if I do get the chance to buy Ttcf back in $20, $19, $18, $17, I will take them. So my first point of the video is to say that since the Kroger news, I have bought some more shares in Ttcf. Now the next point I'm going to make is that on a video that I made, it was, I believe, Monday, I talked about Ttcf, and basically if we were to go onto their website, I was a bit concerned that we had this note coming up, which is them saying that we are doing some maintenance during the next few weeks, which will require us to hold off taking any online orders. We'll be back soon. And I basically I made a video saying that this news is kind of worrying to me. Why are we taking our website? No other company, no billion-dollar company would take their website down for a few weeks. I think that was the key part. Sure, if they were to kind of say that we're doing it for 1 week, 2 weeks, maybe 1 week or maybe a few days, I'd be fine. But a few weeks is such a long time. And since then, a lot of you guys as well have been commenting saying, yeah, this is kind of unusual, that are kind of involved with websites and building websites. Said it is unusual for that time frame, and that's what kind of got me concerned. And yeah, I was a bit worried about this, and it was funny actually, because also at the same time is like, after reporting this, people are like, but it doesn't matter that the website's down. And I was like, yeah, I pretty much said in that video, you know, when I go back on here, you know, we got the confirmation that the site was getting launched on the 26th of the 10th, and that the email list growth was 250%, and it's the next step in the evolution of Ttcf. But since then, I don't know if anyone else has heard anything and I've just missed it, but I've not heard any kind of update about how the Ttcf e-commerce is going. I have no idea what effects the e-commerce has on the revenue side of it, and like many people on the video, I believe it has, because it's such a new launch website, and by far the big deals that we have in Costco, Walmart, Target, they're the key things in the company. And you look at that, the company's performance really successful because you're getting new brand deals, you're getting more SKUs in there. So from the company's point of view, they're performing revenue and profit wise, and that's why I'm still buying shares. You know, I'm still confident because I'm looking at the company going, it's absolutely amazing. Just that when I see something that I don't like, I'm going to call it out, because, you know, I don't think some people get a little bit caught up in that, like they love a company so much. But at the same time, you've got to go with an open mind that if you see something a little bit worrying, you've just got to be careful of that, because you don't want to be caught up when there's something kind of going wrong with the company. You don't be, you know, the last one at the party, if you know what I mean. So because I saw this, I was a little bit worried, and that's why I made the video on it, saying that I'm concerned. And like I said, in general, the whole Ttcf e-commerce side has died. And this isn't me saying that I'm, you know, worried about the company, because I'm still buying shares. You know, I'm still liking the company, because the main thing is that I'm seeing revenue and profit growth, and I'm seeing the stores and SKUs, you know, doing absolutely amazing. But just because I'm not hearing much about Ttcf site, and then you know, we get this news that the site's actually going to go down for a few weeks, I was like, that's just so weird. And if you kind of know, back on the last video, I said that I've emailed investor relations and I've got no reply. And you know, I kind of held the video off for a few days, just, you know, waiting for a reply, so I give them a chance to kind of explain themselves. And I got no reply, which, once again, you know, I'm not going to go too mad, because I'm like, they didn't reply to me, I'm so upset, I'm selling my shares. I'm not going to do that. But I just thought, you know, it's just that communication of, like, you know, react if you get an email, you know, responding to emails. It's not anything crazy, you know, it's something quite basic, and that didn't happen. I was like, anyway, a big shout out to Owen, because he sent me an email as well. He forwarded me an email that he got from them, so Owen actually got a reply from them. So maybe it's just me they don't like, but basically he sent an email in about what I just said about the concerns. And Rachel from Ttcf basically said they're switching distribution centers for e-commerce. That is not a supply or production issue, because one thing that we kind of thought is that they're concentrating on their orders for the actual retail stores, which what we would guess the most important part. And that was a big thing for me, is like they're switching just distribution centers for e-commerce. So what was on here, if we just go back to the proper website, which they said on this little banner that was coming up, it said we're doing some website maintenance during the next few weeks, compared to this email that we got here, which is distribution centers for e-commerce. I mean, that doesn't sound like website maintenance to me. So this is kind of like we're getting two different messages here. You know, this is the big thing that I've always said is Ttcf's weakness, is the communication. The communication needs to be a lot better from them, and this is an exact point here that you know, what we're getting told here is actually not a website developing the website, it's actually improving the distribution of the company. You know, can we have a bit more information? Can we have a bit more clarity on this? This is what Ttcf need to improve. They need to improve this as a company, that we know what's kind of going on. You know, you'd think there would be some information why, the website's going to go down for a few weeks. By the way, it's because we're moving distribution centers as well. So, you know, why is there a reason why that's happening? Can you let us know? Rather than just saying, you know, it's website maintenance, and it turns out it's not even to do with the website, it's the distribution of it, of the centers that they have for the e-commerce. So I guess it is tied to the website side of it. But yeah, it's just not clear enough, and that's the thing. It's the exact same thing that we had a few weeks ago, where they Chuck stepped away, and then there was all this issue with the uncertainty with the shares and how he stepped away, and it took for a big blow up from them for them to then clear it all up, and then it's like, well, why didn't we just do this before? Why didn't we just make it clear before? And it's only little things. Like I said, it's not anything on the company. It never affects my point of view of like where I see the company going in long term, because I look at the revenue sales that are growing absolutely huge, the partnerships are growing absolutely huge. But this is my investment, and these guys are running my investment. I have an investment in these, and it matters to me. And I think everything else they do absolutely amazing, but maybe it's just a little bit of growing pains where it just needs to be a bit better than what it is. And that's just me saying, look, can we do that a bit better? And that's all that I'm kind of suggesting to Ttcf. And sometimes people, I did in comments, people are offended by that. People are saying, oh, it's just like, you're just hyping up a situation. But in my opinion, it's not. This is my investment. This is a company that I own part of this company. And if I see something I don't like, it's not a hype channel. If I see good things or bad things about it, I will say about it, because I kind of think that hopefully, maybe one person up in management may see this video and they may go, okay, that's actually a really good point, and they react on it. So yeah, that's just my suggestion to Ttcf, is that this is probably the weakest part of the company, and if they could just develop this, it'd probably be a bit better for the company. Everything else is absolutely fantastic, and that's why I'm still buying a lot of shares on it, but it's just one thing they do need to improve on, and it could solve a lot of problems. We know this company is heavily shorted, for example, and the last thing we want is a little bit of weakness in communication, and then we know what short sellers are like. They're worse than me. They'll blow a situation way out of control. They will take something like this and make it sound a million times worse than what I am. But I'm just picking something up that just needs to be announced a bit better, and what's kind of going on. Like even now I'm thinking, well, what we're switching distribution centers for is not clear, and why is that going to take 2 weeks? It's just we're getting an answer, but then we're just getting more questions, and it's just not great. So yeah, hopefully this is something that they can work on. But like I said, it doesn't affect me as an investment, because like I said before, I don't think this makes up the e-commerce. I don't think it makes a big part of the actual revenue up. And so I'm not too bothered about it, like many people said. But the thing is, like, we just don't know. That's the thing. We don't know. We haven't heard about how the e-commerce is doing for a long time. But I don't think it will make a big part up. And like I said, the main thing for me is just making sure they're getting more and more stores, which they are doing, and revenue keeps going up. And from that point of view, the company's performing. That's why I'm still buying shares. But just something that I would like them to work on anyway. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope there was a bit more information about what's kind of going on there with the company, and that I'm still ultra bullish on this, but there's just this one thing that I would like them to work on with this company. Just like many companies I own, there's probably one thing that I would like them to improve on. Like always, I do say positives and negatives, but anyway, that's me talking about Ttcf, and me saying that I bought some shares, and an update on this little situation on the website. So I hope it was useful anyway, and yeah. As always, smash the like button, new subscribe. See you next one.